నాకది ఉంది గదా!
నెక్స్ట్ టీవీ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారండి. పెళ్ళికి ఈ పిల్లకి సెలవులు ఇచ్చేసిన తర్వాత వెళ్ళిపోదాము వచ్చిందండి. నేను అదే అన్నాను. అయిపోయే లోపల ఒకసారి రండి ఇక్కడికని. నేను అదే అంటున్నా అక్క ఫోన్ చేస్తాను. అదే ఫోన్ చేశాను. వస్తారేమో అని నేను అదే చెప్పాను. ఇంకా వచ్చే నెలలో వస్తానులే. వచ్చే నెల స్టార్టింగ్‌లో అలా వస్తానులే.
పవన్
అదే
గారు మ్యూట్లో పెట్టండి.
Hi everyone, very good morning. So let me start the class.
Good morning to all.
Good morning. So till now, yesterday, is anyone having any doubts or anything? How about your practice and all? So by the time it start, so today class we are going to explain about the NFS shared mechanism. Okay, so NFS is nothing but network file system. So the purpose of the NFS is that, for example, if you come across with a server architecture, so usually we are having the multiple servers into the environment. Okay, so these are the different type of the servers. All are belongs to, most of them are Unix based, means Unix to probably Linux, Red Hat, CentOS, so on. That should be any type of the distribution it is. So whether the Unix, Linux, whatever it may be the distribution, everything it will be consolidated. So usually in production environment, we won't have no internet. Most of the times we don't have any kind of internet concept over there. Means since the internet is not there, we are not able to like a patch, or we are not able to transfer, or we are not able to communicate that much of easy. There is a kind of lot of protection will be there. So that is the reason, especially when you working with any middleware team or application teams or any kind of system admin activities also. Any kind of system admin activities also. Okay, if you want to transfer in between the data from the one server to other server, okay, it will become a lot of challenging. Nothing but that much of easily we cannot move it because there is no kind of proper connectivity. So that is the reason what we are doing. Let it be, this is the one of the patching server, patch host server. So this server will be this server alone having the internet access. So this server alone having the internet access. So what we are going to do, it means we are going to in production environment, they are going to download the patches, or any kind of data they will be placed into this server. So once the data is ready, they are going to share in between the other servers. For example, this server to this, and here to this, or this to this. So that could be anything. If you want to tell, that means, for example, in our laptops, we are having the Microsoft Play, or if you want to install any kind of the software into the production environment, okay, usually we are doing nothing but any kind of repos. So that repos we can build it by using this NFS. So the concept is very simple. Every system we are creating the one separate file system, okay, which is non-local. First of all, here we are creating the one directory or one file system here. This particular file system, we are going to be mounted to the whichever server it is needed. So this is a non-local file system. Non-local file system means it is not existed into the particular server. For example, when the server having any kind of replications, any kind of application deployments and all, this will going to be validated from this end also. So here totally it will going to be deployed and execute in the operational way. So this file system, how it will be do? For example, if I place any data here, automatically it will reflect here. If I place any data here, automatically it will reflect here. So without any file transfer, I can sync up directly fraction of second. It's something like a Google Drive type. So in Google Drive also what we are doing, for example, in Google Drive, I place the data. Okay, let it be this Google Drive are connected to the other mobile or other tab, other laptop. So immediately I'm able to, whatever the data is there, I'm able to access from here also. That's the same case, nothing but we are using the data replications into the dynamically. So here the one of the major thing is that NFS is a based of Unix, Unix to Unix. So Unix to Unix is the major thing, nothing but it's supporting inside of Unix environment only. So all the Unix environment, it will going to be split up. For example, so if you're going with a Windows, Unix to Windows means we are using Samba is the one of the concept. So let me showcase on the NFS. First of all, what exactly the NFS, how it will be there. There is a few more terminologies will be there. That terminologies we are going to discuss. So here, so NFS is nothing but a network file system protocol. So we are creating the file system on top of the network. Okay, on top of the network, we are creating. Okay, and this is the standard file of where our data will be existed. /etc exports. So this is the where the place the declaration of the data is going to be updated. So the declaration of the data is nothing but, for example, which file system you want to share it. That will be going to be replicated over here. So at the time of replicating, usually we are updating like this: read, write, sync, no trust. Means, for example, whatever the data is there, it should be readable, writable, syncable. And so these are the things we are giving the number of option to the like a database. Means the data we can able to delete, modify, or control everything, that options we can able to give it. So not only that one, so especially when you are dealing with any kind of file systems, that should be going with a like a declaration of this. Usually when you log into the any server, the server you can see that it will be having the like a LVM based. For example, df-th when you trigger, so it will be consisting like this, at least means dev mapper means VG and LV combination. Otherwise, directly the file system name it will be consisting of. But when you coming to here, it is connected with the IP address. IP address or source details. That particular source server, this is the file system it is there. This file system we are mounting to this here. Means this is the destination like that. So the source details are the thing where the data is captured. So the source details are coming from the another server. We are mounting into the current server. Current server, same like that. So this is act like one of the luck. So let me implement the thing, then only you can understand the practically. So let me move on to the one by one. So first of all, you need to have a repository yum repo list all. Why means, so we are going to be install the some of the additional packages. So let me open the document. So we need to have install the NFS utils and this particular package. So let me go with you are going with the DNF or yum, both are the same. There is not any issue. Okay, so let me go with the particular package. You can give it the NFS utils also or NFS star also. Both are we can able to install. So let me try to install the packages over there. So it is validating into the repository. It is checking the number of packages came. So now the packages are installed. Okay. So once the packages are installed, so that's the same nature. First of all, in this server, I'm creating the one kind of share folder. So in this server, I'm going to create a one kind of the share folder. That is my first activity, means that should be one directory or something I'm creating. I'm giving the permissions. After my giving the permissions, I'm placing into the /etc exports /etc exports. So here I need to declare. So this is the major action we need to be performed. Once this is done, then from the client server, again I need to go for the mounting mechanism. So let me go here. So first of all, I'm creating the one folder called SRV NFS shared. So this is one of the shared file system, nothing but one directory. So indirectly we are creating the one directory where I'm placing the all my data over there. So for example, this is the data. This is the file system, nothing but one of the directory I created. Okay. So if you can see that here, inside data is not there. I placed the some data. Okay. Now the data is there. Okay. So directory created. Then we are giving the privileges. So earlier also we are giving the privileges. The privileges means not everyone having the access. Only NFS only having the having the access. For example, this user is not there. Let it be. We can give it. Otherwise, we can create a user add. So I created the user. I given a privileges means only this user only have the access to the particular share folder. So after that, we are given the 755 permissions. So yesterday and day before yesterday, whenever we are discussing about the web servers also, we discussed the one of the point stating that why we are given the 755. 755 is the permissions we are giving to the users to make it will be read write executable permissions. So chmod 755, if these permissions are not there means you are not able to access the data, you are not able to copy the data, you are not able to edit the data into the destination folder. Okay, so that is the reason whenever you people are dealing with any kind of activity, it should be having proper approvals. So this is the for the SC Linux side, there is a kind of privileges we are giving. Nothing but what is the SC Linux means most of the times in our environment, it is a secure Linux. Some of the cases people are using the for the security purpose, but right now, so we are into the test environment we are using, but in production environment, most of the times this option will be very less. We are not using the most of the times this option. So what this option will do means it act like a firewall. Like a firewall, how it will be accessing the data. In the same way, this is also help you to access the data. The data can be, it will allow the data. Same firewall feature type, it will allow. If not, the data will be not visible. So that is the reason some of the cases, we are not doing. So right now, coming to the diagram, I created the directory. I placed some data. So now the next action is that I need to place it to the /etc exports. So /etc exports is the where we need to be defined. So let me go to the chat /etc/exports. So right now it is not having anything. Okay, let me go with a nano. slash etc exports. Now what I'm going to define you here, for example, this is the my server IP 134. So here, if you can see that here, SRV particular share folder, first we define the share folder, whatever I created. Then this is the server range IP. Means my server is 192.168.220.134. So coming to here, I define the instead of 224, 0. Means in that particular range, whether any servers, means for example, instead of 134, 135, 136, up to 250, whatever the numbers will be there, every server can able to access the particular drive with a proper approval. That should be readable, syncable, and everything should be under the root. So here, the data, whatever the particular file system, everyone we are giving the access. The access we are giving to the everyone. So let me copy this one. Let me modify here. So here we need to define the IP address. Zero dot 24. So 24 is nothing but in that range. Okay. So entirely slash SRV NFS shared, everything I'm going to be common. So go to the slash etc NFS ports, place it here, path and the server details and the securities. So once I placed, okay. So then next course of action is that, okay. So we need to be refresh the file. For that we are using the export RAV. EXPORTX exports hyphen RAV. So export FS. So when you trigger the export FS, so from this operating system, from this Linux server, this is the particular folder is ready to serve the details. Nothing but this file system is now ready to export. If whoever will be having the approval, they can able to pick up and they can able to be access the details. So next thing is that, so once exported, and there is one more thing is that we need to be enabled into the firewall level. So as I said earlier, if you are not enabling into the firewall level, okay, your operating system, nothing but your data will be not able to access. So that is the reason you need to be access the data into the firewall level. So NFS, RPC bind and mount D. NFS is the service, RPC bound is nothing but for the networking purpose, and mount is nothing but we are using the by using the mount only. So all three services we are going to be enabled, and here enable is nothing but boot level also we are going to enable this service. Nothing but if the server is rebooted also, it's supposed to be exhibit over there into the boot level. So once these are done, then we are going with the again export FS. So export FS hyphen V, export FS hyphen V is nothing but it will be list out which one is ready to move, and show mount hyphen E is nothing but it is one more command. It will show you that which is the one is ready to transfer. So once this is done, means server level we are able to complete everything. So here what we done here till now. So till now we completed the directory and we place the data and we place the add into the entry and we given a privileges into the firewall level and network level. Now we are able to list out everything is ready to move on. So once it's ready to move on, so what is the next level of action from the any one of the client? We are going to create a one mount point and we are going to attach it. So by that the data will be happening or not, we are going to check it out. So let me start the some other server. Let me so by the time it will be started, let me check it out. So it is going. So we need to have the two servers. Okay. So when you're practicing this one, make sure that you need to have two servers into the your environment. So one is for the client, one is for the like a master and a slave environment. We can see that here this is a bias prompt. Your bias is keep on checking the everything, every service in the server. Okay, wherever it is cleared, it will give the OK prompt. So let me start. Oh, this server is having some issue. One minute, I'm just bringing the server. So this is a new server. Actually, I'm just connecting. So 192.168.220.2. Let me open something. One 192.168.220.2.
పవన్ గారు నార్మల్‌గా ఈ ఐపీ అడ్రెస్ అంతా మనకు స్టోరేజ్ టీమ్ వాళ్ళు ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారా?
No, actually network team, storage team కాదు.
అంటే మేము లాస్ట్ టైమ్ వర్క్ చేసినప్పుడు స్టోరేజ్ టీమ్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేసేది యాక్చువల్‌గా. అందుకనే అడిగా.
స్టోరేజ్ టీమ్ నార్మల్గా స్టోరేజ్ టీమ్ ఇస్తారు కానీ దే నాట్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ద నెట్వర్క్. Maybe that is your environment.
ఓకే.
Actually, so when the server is configuring and the moment of the time at the build time, okay, the client come up with requirement. For example, these set of the service I need these series of IPs అని వస్తారన్నమాట. Okay, so let me log in. వీటికి నేను పాస్వర్డ్స్ మర్చిపోతున్నాను, అది పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం అయిపోతుంది. In password. Okay. Let no. Work. Repo is on. $192. Red Hat F3. Okay. Sir, ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్క్రీన్ కనిపిస్తుందా? You were able to see this screen?
ఎస్. ఎస్.
ఓకే. సో నాకు బయట కనెక్టివిటీ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఒకసారి అది చూడాలి. ఓకే. మ్యాక్స్. Okay. So the thing is that this is another server, IPR 220.2 server. So as per the architecture, what we done, this part is we completed. Nothing but we created the directory, we placed the data, and we placed the file into the export file, and we given a privileges into the firewall, network, and the services also we enabled. So from this server, it is a clear. Now next action is that I need to connect to the server from the other environment. Nothing but I need to connect to the other environment. How I am going to connect? The client setup will be again we need to have a repository, and again we need to install the packages. For example, these are the packages, like I need to install NFS utils. So NFS utils is the, okay. So again, I got a issue for this. This also won't be worked out. Okay, I will do one thing. Okay, I will make the server should be up. I will repair the server and I will continue tomorrow. Okay, so unless I don't want to waste the time. So only one step is pending. From the client end, I need to execute these commands. Nothing but I need to install the package. I need to mount the, like, whatever the IP we created. So that's it. Here instead of 133, I need to replace the server IP address of like this one, 134. So 134, I need to place it. I need to mount it. That's it. That is only one step. Automatically your file system will be listing out. So here I have a secondary server issue. I need to be sorted out. So let me sort out this one. Okay. So just allow me day. Okay. Let me fix up. Okay. Apart from that, you people able to understand, right? Any
Yes.
doubts? So let me complete
Oh,
this one. Yeah, tell me.
one doubt in interviews perspective, these commands are important. Means we have to buy this command or concept is
See,
fine.
actually, concept is a very important. For example, when you install the NFS, you can convey that NFS package. So which packages means NFS utils or something. Commands are, it's a something you need to understand flow is enough. For example, let it be, the guy will ask you that, do you have experience into the NFS? Okay, yes or no. Then the next question will be, there is some type of the question will be coming. Okay, how you can install to the NFS? Nothing but what is the way of executing the architecture. But coming to the production environment, establishment of whatever we are doing, like a master and a slave environment, that is a very rare situation we will get it. Means once in a year or once in a while. That's a rare situation. Why? Means this part is coming at the time of architectural level. Means whenever the client is creating the architecture along with the architectural team, that time only they will be creating this NFS servers and all. So what is our roles and responsibility will be, we need to take care of NFS servers. For example, in the first part, what we given, this particular file system I mounted. Okay, I mounted into the server. So there is some of the issue. Server is rebooted. Your particular file system is not mounting. That could be the an issue. So what you are going to do it? So it is not mounting means probably this particular source server is maybe not pingable, or maybe the source point. What is the source point? The source point, probably your firewall will be stopped, or maybe whatever the given the read write. For example, here we have a read only. If a given means it is not executing. Okay. So this could be anything. Otherwise, your export file, we have a data, but it is not refreshed. Nothing but it's not ready to share the data. Again, you need to re-execute the command. That's it. These type of the issues you will receive. Okay. Maximum of the time, your NFS file system is not mounted. NFS file system at the time of mounting it is slow. Okay. Or NFS file system, your data is there, need to delete it. This type of the tickets we will receive. Okay. So if someone is ask you that, do you have a architecture knowledge? Means, yeah, we haven't implemented, but we are having the knowledge on how to do it into the environment like a master and slave. So master, we need to set up the package and we need to create a one kind of the folder, and majorly they will ask that folder /etc exports. What is a major component or major file system or major directory where you have to represent your whatever the file system or directory you created, the common path. So we are calling as /etc exports. So that is the particular path where our NFS details will be abandoned. Okay. So there is one more thing. Maybe if you are expected, how you are going to validate it is available. So you are using the show mount -e command or export fs. Okay. So no need to keep everything into mind of the see, you cannot keep everything into that. But the thing is that you need to understand that NFS means NFS star. Simply tell that NFS star, NFS utils. Samba means Samba star. Like that. Some of the packages will be there. We need to install probably NFS star and utils, some of the additional packages. Later on, we need to create a directory. We need to place into the picture. Same like how we define into the picture, right? Just to generalize that scenario, you can explain client and the server architecture. That's more than enough. Okay.
Okay.
No need to go to the in deeper of the things. Okay. So is that clear? So let me sort out the server issue. Okay, I don't want to be unnecessarily spend the time on it. Okay, so I'm just clearing all unnecessary mess here. Okay, let me complete it. Okay, so tomorrow we can meet up. Okay, let me fix it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry guys, and let me complete this. Thank you. If possible means you can try into the another server by mounting. Okay, just you can try. You have a document
Yeah,
also.
sure.
Please try.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.